I feel like a very underrated thing within photography is taking really boring photos. For me, I feel like that's where I've grown the most as a photographer, is in training through boring ass motherfucking photos. Like, I have walked so many streets and taken photos of just houses and trees and plants and lights and squirrels and like all of these things that it's just like, if I showed it to anybody, they'd be like, dude, I don't care at all. But for me, boring photos are like fundamental to a lot of what we do within photography. I feel like boring photos train us for the actually interesting, actually fun photos. So I feel like this video is going to just be a dedication to boring photos. And I'm gonna elaborate more on why I feel this way, but if you just wanna follow me, I will show you why. Big caveat, I just want to say, when I say boring photos, I don't mean in like a derogatory way. I just mean boring in the way of like, this is just like shit that you can see anywhere and photos that you can take anywhere that you go. And I personally find that to be a very beautiful thing. And I feel like it is a very core thing when it comes to being a photographer, of just going out, putting your practice in, getting your 10,000 hours, no matter what it is. I feel like it is more medium of preparation than it is of like, I'm gonna go take really cool photos of plants, you know? It's funny, cause like I know in looking at it that it would make a terrible picture, but I see light like this and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm taking the picture. So I'm gonna take the picture. Like, I truly cannot recommend enough just going out around golden hour, because golden hour is obviously when you get the best light, you get the most interesting shadows, you just get generally like the best color out of your photos. If you go out like every day for like a month or even like 2 weeks at golden hour and you take photos, I guarantee you will come out of it being a much better photographer, because it will make you search for good light, it'll make you search for good shadows, it'll make you search for color, and it just makes you really appreciate it a lot more. And honestly, it'll make you shoot at like noon a lot less often as well. My first book, Sanctuary, was all photos taken at golden hour and later. And honestly, looking back on them, I love those photos so much because there's also such just like a nostalgic feel to it, that like, if you take a photo right now at golden hour versus noon versus at nighttime versus at like sunrise, you will start to understand like contextually what all these different types of lighting also mean to your photographs. So in taking these boring photos, you can even just compare and contrast them to each other at different times of day or whatever. If it's your neighbor's car and it's in front of, you know, your apartment complex or whatever, it does not matter. It's just about taking the photo and starting to dissect why they make you feel what they feel and how you can alter that. And when I talk about boring photos, I mean like get as boring as you possibly want. Like right here, I'm looking at this scene and there's like toy dinosaurs in the window and there's like a round ball light. Dude, that makes me so happy. Like, nobody's gonna give a shit about this photo, but I'm stoked, and that's all that matters. Oh my God. Is there really? Oh. And honestly, if you go out and you take boring photos, you never know when you're gonna come across not boring photos. So let this be a lesson.